I don't know how to put this, but I'm kind of a big deal.
Hey, this is Contour. This is Jonathan from Crosswise.
Lightweight Plainview.
Hey, we are the Gypsy Ghosts.
This is the Unassisted.
Hey, how's it going? This is Josh from Pound Coupe.
Hi, this is 8 Notes.
This is Tyson from Signia.
Hey, this is Grum.
Hi, this is Lucas Arto.
Hi, this is Ronnie.
This is the Nursery.
Hi, this is Thomas McConnell.
And this is Tom Moorcroft. And
Hello, this is Steph from Dead Sea Navigators. You're listening to Dr. Bones.
Good evening, this is Dr. Bones live here for Music Saturday. Sorry about the late start, but I'm here with is returning again for a second time on the show for Music Saturday, and his fourth time as a band member from the Wild Young Hearts. Welcome, Rob. Rob, welcome back to the show, buddy.
Oh, it's good to be back. I feel like we did this last week.
Yeah, man, it wasn't too long. It was about a few weeks ago. But either way, man, it was really excited to have you back on. And the first song we're going to get to tonight was actually a suggestion by some good friends of yours and a band you've known for about 6 years. The band is called Cult Vegas. And they sent me their album literally about 2 or 3 hours ago. So let's check out the very first track on their album. This one's called Heart Breaking Down. Dig this. This is Cult Vegas. All right, that was Cult Vegas with Heartbreaking Down. Now, this is just my second listen to it just because I got the album all about 2-3 hours ago. But, man, I really dig it. Really fun band. And this is going to kind of start us off on the right foot for a good rockin' night. Now, Rob, you said you've known these guys for about 6 years. So, we'll get your feelings on the band right now. Go ahead for it.
I met these guys 6 years ago. I went to the singer Florentino. I went to college with him. And right away, like the first day I met him, he looked cool. He cracked a joke on the teacher in our class was giving everyone shit, and Flo was like, he cracked a joke on Flo's mom for naming them. Flo's like, yeah, my mom's dead. Not so funny now. Everyone's like, oh my god. And I just thought it was so funny because I knew he was kidding, and right away we became friends. I've been in like 3 bands since then. Those guys have been a band for honestly probably like 8 years now. They're awesome. They're a 3-piece. Their bass player plays a stand-up bass.
No way.
He's a great songwriter. They're my second favorite band behind my own band, if I'm allowed to say that. But
Yeah.
I love Cold Vegas, man. And like anytime we have an opportunity to play a show in San Diego, back home, I always try to play with Cold Vegas. Those are my boys. They recorded that album by themselves in their garage over a few months, and they just put it out at the beginning of August. And like you said, it's fun. It feels good. That's the kind of music I like. Like you can hear someone pounding on a drum set, loud guitars, catchy choruses. Like I don't know. Like I'm old fashioned, but I think that's what music should be. And like Cold Vegas, I think is just like they're perfect band to me. And you can tell like those guys all went to school together. They've been friends. They've been playing together for probably 8 years now, 9 years, and like you can just hear the tightness on their records. They're like they're great. I love that. I love those guys.
Just gonna say, man, you can tell, and I've mentioned that many times with other bands. You can tell how long they've been playing for because the tightness. It's crazy, and it's just blowing my mind. And speaking of tightness and that sort of thing, and I'm kicking myself just because, like, unfortunately, it's not on the cards, but last night and tonight in Chicago, and I'm missing it, and I'm really mad, but it just wasn't in the cards because last night and tonight is Riot Fest in Chicago, and they're only doing this in
Chicago, dude. How awesome is that?
Man, fucking Danny Carey's playing with Primus. Like, how cool is that? And I'm not there.
Yeah, this one's especially cool because I'm pretty sure there's a lot of bands doing their full albums through, like Weezer, I think, is there.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Pretty sure that they're playing full albums through No Effects. Like, that's the best festival. I mean, too many of these festivals nowadays are full of, like, that, like, kind of really hipster, pretentious music. But I'm like, this ain't a band. This is like a weirdo with a keyboard. Riot Fest, man, I look at that lineup and I'm just like, man, this is awesome. Like, that's the ultimate festival I want to go to. And every year that lineup comes out, and I'm like, because they do it in Chicago, Toronto, and Denver. Yeah. And I'm always like, I got to go to one of them. I want to go to the Toronto one because I've never been to Toronto. I'd love the Chicago one. Next year, I'll say it right now, next year I'm going to go.
Yeah, well, this year in particular,
I'm like playing it, but if not, I'll go.
Oh yeah, well, this year in particular, I mean, they're doing the Toronto, but Primus is doing Toronto, and when I saw the lineup, I was like, oh man, it's just one of those things, like, like I really wanted to go, but I just not in the cards, and it's more or less the monetary side of things, but man, I hope to see something cool on YouTube because I can just imagine because Les Claypool has done so much side projects. He's jammed like NIB with the Aussie for the cover Sabbath song, and I can only imagine like what Tool song they're gonna cover, and just the beats that Danny Carey is in drums, like how cool a show it's gonna be because this is never gonna happen again.
Right? No, that's what I love about these festivals is sometimes you get so many of those people together. Maybe the sets aren't as intimate and fan friendly as like an actual private concert for just a few bands, but like they do some cool stuff, and these bands really pull out all the stops you get noticed at festivals. So like you see some cool shit, and like that, like what you're describing there, like that. I love that. I mean, I've been a Primus fan since I was like 13. I mean, Les Claypool's the reason I started and stopped playing bass. I started because I wanted to sound like him, then I quit like 2 weeks later, and I realized it wasn't happening.
And that's the thing too. Is quick story. Some buddies I grew up with in Montreal. One buddy, he's just a natural musician. He's got that talent that pisses everybody off because he can pick up any instrument and do well. And he was learning how to play bass. And I had another buddy who just like at the time, like we were 16, 17, and this guy was like literally like a prodigy. Like this guy was a crazy bass player. And my buddy would take lessons from him.
I hate that guy.
Yeah.
They can just pick up anything, and they're better at it than you right away.
It's like, oh crap, they're like, F this, you know. Done. So yeah, so they're playing tonight, and I'm super jealous because I got a couple buddies who are there right now, and again, there's kind of like strict rules, you know. Take pictures, take videos. Because you don't come back with anything, then there's gonna be some issues here.
Right, it's a good way to do it for the homies back home.
Oh, that's right. Because you know what the thing is too is like it could have sort of been manageable because my old man's in Michigan, so from his house to Chicago is about 4.5 hours. But yeah, the 2-1 from London is about 6 hours, and just everything else is like, oh man, it's like it's one of those times like, you know, why can't I afford this? But whatever, no, shit happens. It's all good. But we're gonna keep the show rocking, Rob. Next up is a brand new song from a cool US band called Red Witch Johnny, and the song's called Shake It. They've been working on this for a while. They have a new album coming out very soon. So man, dig this, and we're gonna rock out with Red Witch Johnny. The song's called Shake It.
Awesome.
From her neck down to the ground.
Witch Johnny. There's a brand new song called Shake It. Now that is rock and roll at its finest. That's what I was saying to Rob during the break. Is like kind of mix of kind of your 70s kind of classic rock, a little bit of 80s, but you just got your kind of call it down home feeling to it, and just you just want to rock out when you hear this sort of stuff. You know, just one of those ones you kind of crank up your car and like you expect to be growing up like in an old like not a Charger but what's the Challenger, like an old Challenger, you know.
I was just gonna say, and like this is gonna be literally the most politically incorrect thing you could say. That song sounds to me like you're driving drunk down like a road in the middle of nowhere, going 90 miles an hour with a bottle of bourbon next to you with that song cranked up to 11, like I like that kind of music, like I never, like you said, like they've been on your show before. I've never heard them though, and like they're cool. That's a cool band. That's a cool song. It just sounds like good old fashioned rock music. I like the direction we're taking things in this week.
Well, the last song I played there's a few times called "Fear to My Flame," but yeah, it all kind of follows the same kind of like rock pattern. It just like it's almost somewhat kind of, we'll call it hillbilly rock.
Yeah, southern rock.
But these guys know how to do it right, and these guys are really cool. Let me tell you.
Yeah, no, I like those guys. They sound like they know how to party too.
Oh, I went down. You should see one of their banners. I think it's their guitarist. He's at Rather Manchild on Twitter, and man, some of the stuff he tweets is just effing hilarious. Man, it just cracks me up. So yeah, I had them on the show for an interview as well, like about 3 or 4 months ago, and a cool bunch of guys. And yeah, it was essentially a party on the radio.
Awesome. Yeah, I want to go to Oklahoma. I want to hang out with those guys when we're in Oklahoma.
Yeah. So next up,
we'll go shoot some shit and drink bourbon.
Yeah, no kidding. See if you can keep up with them, right? So
I'm sure I'll have alcohol.
Yeah. Next up, we're gonna get to a band, and this is the last song I was trying to download it. For some reason, it took forever, but the band is a cool band. They're relatively new to the scene. They're out of the UK. This band is called 7 Year Lie. The song is called Creatures. Dig it.
Creatures
All right, that was 7 Year Lie with Creatures, and they're relatively new to the scene. And I just essentially just checked them out like within the past 24 hours. But no, I really impressed, really dig the song. And the reason being for this song is it's kind of got that mellow, tripped out feel to it, but it's also got kind of that hard rock to it as well. But it's subtle enough that the souls and stuff stand out, so they're kind of still and cool, and the voice really pops it out a lot.
They're called 7 Year Lie, you said?
7 Year Lie, yeah.
Yeah, those guys are cool. I don't know. Am I allowed to talk about doing mushrooms on your show? That song made me feel like I was like on like some sort of a mystical voyage trip, like because it starts off real like that song's cool because it really built like at the beginning, it's kind of chilled out and
right.
Just really built up. Like I felt like I was flying through space, and, like a drop top Mercedes or something.
No, that's totally cool. I completely understand what you mean. I mean, at this time of night, kind of like anything goes, anyways. But no, I know exactly what you mean, and and there's just relate that part of your opinion to. I know many cartoons who have done those kind of weird, like literally effed up trips, and
talking about like that's some straight up about a cartoon, like that episode of South Park where Kenny's all into boobs and he's huffing the cat pee and he's like flying through space. Like that's what that reminds me.
You know what?
Cool
that was the one I was just gonna mention actually. That was the one I had in mind because I was just thinking about it because they were talking about it in class because they're saying like people are passing out to get high, and then Mr. Mackey's telling the class about this huffing cat urine, and he says he goes it's bad because this can get you high. Really, really high. And then he's like, I probably shouldn't have told you that.
He's like, I probably right.
And
get you high, real high.
And then they show Kyle's dad probably had an addiction to it, and then he's in it, and oh my god, so ridiculous, but so funny.
Cat all tied up, sniffing out its privates.
And you know what? I 10 to 1. I bet you think there's some people out there who actually thought it worked and tried it. I wouldn't be surprised if it really did happen.
Oh, you've been on the internet. You see these how dumb some of these kids are on Twitter. I'm sure someone at some point was like, "Oh, that's a great idea," and they just got a face full of cat spray, and they're like, "Well, I'm not high, but I sure feel dumb."
Yeah, no kidding. I just burned a bunch of brain cells from the ammonia in it. Is pretty much what it comes down to, because that's why it stinks so much, is because there's ammonia in it, right? So it's not gonna make you high; it's gonna make you super sick. So hats off to you retards,
Yeah, I mean, it's worth a shot, I guess. But I mean, so is drinking the things under your sink.
Yeah.
I don't recommend either of them, but all the power to you.
Yeah, the world wouldn't be the world without stupid people. So,
Right.
so I mean, I know it's extremely blunt, but unfortunately, that's the way it is.
So if you're out there listening and you're stupid, we thank you because
Yeah.
You bring a lot of entertainment, a lot of households.
So next up, kind of switching gears a little bit here. Can I get back to the music here for a second? It's another new band who just submitted today. The band is called Blacktooth, and the song is called Polyphonic Blues. Dig this.
Shake his head and then seen around you. Just pack your bags and get away. You think I'm wasting my time? Oh, please. Everybody wants to be something new. Everybody falls away on cue. But oh no, not me. Let me tell you. Last time work I was becoming a drag. For 40 hours I'm a slave, it's too bad. So push me out, cause I'm sinister, babe. I want an answer to your company's greed. I ain't got nothing else to prove. Out on that polyphonic blues. You see me wasting my time. Oh, please. I see you still right across my way. You click your fingers and begin your say. Let's start your shame, you should pile these ideas. But I'll admit that you're my false self-will. I won't be seen around with you. Just pack your bags and get away. You think I'm wasting my time? Oh, please. Oh, just forget about that. Everybody wants to be something new. Everybody falls away on cue. Not me. Well, let me tell you that. Oh, it's kicking me right down.
All right, that was Black Tooth with Polyphonic Blues, and this song in particular, they seem to really dig the bar slide. If you know what I mean with some of that, and no, the vocals were cool, different because I mean they were consistent, but you know there wasn't that change where it was kind of just it's like really core. Well, wrong choice of words, but it more sounded like he was singing like this the entire time as opposed to like not having his hands away from his mouth, which gave it a good feel to it.
That's there's this real cool microphone that does that, and that's probably what he's using. I have a buddy in a band called James Dean, and he has one of those on stage as well as a regular mic, and it gives it that real cool like kind of muffly sound, which I mean sounds real good and like dirty rock and roll like that was. That song reminded me of you remember Cage Elephant? Remind me of Cage Elephant.
Oh yeah, absolutely. No, you're absolutely right.
Kind of like they did that same super like southern kind of like kind of hillbilly sound in rock and roll,
Yeah, it was it Ain't No Rest for the Wicked, eh?
Yeah, that's what it kind of reminded me of. I mean, I don't know if I liked it as much as I liked some of those Cage the Elephant hits, but that was a tight track too. You gotta start playing some stuff I don't like. I'm feeling corny saying how much I like all these songs.
No, man, that's the thing is tonight I pretty much got mostly decent songs. That's the thing is like I got a lot of good submissions this time around, so there's not gonna be too many songs that can have really well, not bad things, but technical pointers to point out. So. Possibly, but the way I'm looking at the list right now, man, we're just steady kind of rock it out tonight, and that's once in a while you just start with a good playlist and just get everybody rocking no matter what time it is, where they are. So Next up, on that note, we're going to a band named Fragile Creatures. They got a brand new EP out. This one is called End of the World Part 4-2.
Small talk in the aftermath of a nuclear holocaust. I'm not quite sure how you and I made it out alive. We've seen some terrible things. We've had such horrible dreams these last few nights. The only human beings to survive. Well, I'm sorry, but I like it here with you. It is the end of the world for two. Red fire filled the sky, followed by this endless night where nothing seems to grow. Hold me please, I feel so cold. The water's sulphurous. I'm not sure what it's done to us, but we got to make it through. Survive somehow, it's up to me and you. Well, I'm sorry, but I like it here with you. It is the end of the world. All the little things that you used to love, your favorite TV shows, and getting your hair cut, this all has gone away. And I know you don't like me, but all we have is time. We can get along, just wait and see. Do-da, 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 do-do. Do-da, 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 do-do. Well, I'm sorry, but I like it here with you. It is the end of the world. It is the end of the world. It is the end of the world. It is the end of the world for two.
All right, that was End of the World for 2, Fragile Creatures author new EP. Now this one was a lot more mellow, not too bad. I wasn't a huge fan of the flow of this one. You know, it worked well to an extent, but it's kind of seemed like the bridging part of the song just didn't seem to kind of go the way I envisioned it might have.
Yeah, it kind of sounded like a couple dirty alley cats fighting for some trash in a trash can, like outside your apartment. Like you can just hear the rustling. No, I'm just kidding. It wasn't that bad. I was waiting to say something bad. It was actually pretty cool. I wanted to talk some shit. No, that song's cool too. I like it. I didn't like it as much as the other tracks. Like a lot of that, if you got like a mellow mid-tempo song, I mean, like that ain't so much my style. So like if you got something like that, you got to really bring and have a killer song. And I mean, you know, maybe I wasn't giving it a fair chance, but I mean, I didn't think as strong as the stuff that you've played already tonight. But I mean, you know, it was still cool, and I know a lot of people love that stuff more than, you know, I mean, they'd like that more than they'd like us, which, you know, that's what's cool about music. You like what you like.
Well, I mean, and you know, that's right, and to each their own, right? I mean, music is a universal language, so like it comes to the point where even if you don't like you're not really into the song, you still appreciate the artistic aspect to it.
Yeah, I can't really hate too much on any artist,
No.
especially artists and or people that use instruments. Some of the really electronic stuff. If it's not good to me, I'm like, well, you're just messing around on MacBook. Like anything where people are playing instruments and they're taking time to record and stuff. It's like I can only hate so much because everyone gets better and better over time. So like I got nothing for love, but most every musician.
Oh, that's right. It's all about progression and change, and that's the way to do it. So
Yeah,
next, go ahead. Sorry.
I was just gonna say how much I'd hate it if like you got a hold of like some early bands I was in or something. You hear those records and it's like, God, these suck so much. It's like, but that's what it's all about. You gotta suck for a long time. And not saying that band sucked, but you know what I mean. Like I can't hate on them or say I didn't like the song too much because I'm sure someone out there liked that song a hell of a lot.
Yeah, exactly, and that's why we play songs, just to give them an honest opinion, and at the same time too, it helps myself grow as an announcer, and helps the band grow as well. And it's not I'm not here to harshly criticize any band. It's just more or less it's just my opinion, and just one opinion. So just bear that in mind. Next band coming up is a band out of Australia, and of course, every time I think of Australia, I think of Russell Crowe from South Park, fighting around the world.
Fighting around the world.
So
Little blacks over there. I love to fight.
But this band is really cool. I actually interviewed them. Interviewed Diz from the band's called She Was Loud probably about 6 months ago. And even though there's a 14-hour difference, I did make it happen. It was really early for me, but it was still well worth the time to be up for 5 o'clock in the morning. But this song in particular is called All Along the Way, and they're actually doing a crowdfunder because they're trying to raise money to make a video for this song, and it's really cool. I did post the link, and I'll repost it again so everybody can have a look. And if they're willing to donate because this band is really cool. They're more like a 90s alternative, and it shows and it comes through the music, but it's cool because it's got their own unique twist on it. So without further ado, here is She Was Loud. The song's called All Along the Way. Dig it. Right on. That was She Was Loud with All on the Way. And right now they're doing crowdfunder to make a video for this song. And I will post a link again very soon. It's going to find it, but I posted it earlier. And these guys are a great band. The song's really cool. And I have interviewed Diz before. And actually we'll have them back on this Tuesday at 11:30 p.m. Eastern to talk about pretty much the story of how it came out. They decided they want to do a crowdfunder for this particular song and make a video for it. And these guys are really reminiscent of the 90s, and it just kind of stands out. But, you know, for, we'll call it our generation, you know, it's nice to hear kind of coming back a little bit, but at the same time, too, it's got their own unique spin, so it's kind of like we remembered it, but not exactly the same. It's got that change, kind of make it cool.
Yeah. Yeah, it was cool. It didn't, like...
Alright, hold up one sec. I think we lost connection here for a second. Let's get Rob back, and then we'll fix this up, and then we'll finish up the show here because we're almost done for the first part.